Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your yearly Zodiac reading. This is for the year of 2020. Capricorn, fastidious is a word that could describe you well, and it is probably a word that you like very much. Yes, it could be seen as finicky and persnickety, but it also means that you set very high standards for yourself and for others, and what's wrong with that? You don't have to rely on anyone else to maintain your standards, for you are very resourceful and independent. You're very disciplined and also very patient, and this applies to both your professional and personal life. However, that does not mean you don't make demands or push forward quickly when necessary. You are fearlessly ambitious and driven, and you are highly self motivated and self sufficient. And while many of these qualities may make you seem intimidating and imposing, you're also extremely loyal, very stable, and very intuitive. And although you have a tendency to be reserved and to keep things bottled up, when you love someone, you are faithful and dedicated. The coming year will test some of your qualities. Your ambition and motivation will be tested with some difficulties, but if you remain true to yourself, you will successfully overcome this and show yourself and everyone around you how difficulties can be conquered if you are the one taking on them. Now let's look at the love section of the year 2020 for you, Capricorn. It may take you a while to warm up to a potential new love prospect. But once you do, there are so many things to admire about you. Security is extremely important to you, and you seek out partners who can provide what feeling, and at the same time, you provide a sense of security in return. Your confidence and assertiveness can be a big turn on for the right person, and your wonderfully inventive imagination is always coming up with new ways to be romantic. And best of all, you are a clingy lover either. If your partner needs space, you are not only accepting of it, you command it, for you like to have and are appreciative of your own space as well. This means that you are attracted to strong independent personalities and vice versa. Potential problem in your relationships may begin with your tendency to keep your feelings to yourself. Even though when something is bothering you, you tend to bury it and not talk about it, which may be the worst thing you can do. This is, however, something you can overcome fairly easily if you consciously work on it. This year, you may come out of your shell and show more of your vibrant and fun side with a new lover if you are a single, or with your cherished significant other if you are already attached. This may be a facet of you that arises only rarely, but your quirky, more interesting side will be overflowing this year, making you quite enchanting. For Capricorn people who have hesitated to take the plunge commitment wise, you may come very close to that this year, perhaps even accepting or making a marriage proposal. For committed Capricorns, your love life could become spicier and more robust than it has ever been. Now let's look at the family section of 2020 for you, Capricorn. A feeling of constant security is very important to you, and you are smart enough and practical enough to recognize that there is no better source than family for this. There are the people who have known you forever and who have not seen you at your best and at your worst, and yet still and accept you and love you unconditionally. This is quite appealing to you, so you're very careful to maintain the bonds you have and to never take them for granted. You're someone who will call to catch up frequently even when your schedule is overloaded, because you have a good heart and you're honest and loyal. A family member may come to you this year with the goal of getting feedback on an important life change they want to keep under wraps for the time being. You happen to be excellent at giving advice, and this trust will give you a wonderful feeling or belonging in the world and feeling trusted and appreciated. There may be a big change with a family member this year that you may have hard time accepting at first. But if you try it from the perspective of what is good for this person rather than what you want for them, you will come to accept and even admire this person's decision. Now let's look at the career section for you, Capricorn, for 2020. You're a natural born leader. You are someone who is always in large and able to you are someone who is always in charge and able to oversee every aspect of what's happening in the workplace. You're an employee who is always punctual and always coming up with new and better ways to do something. Your leadership qualities and your professionalism are highly respected, and many people of your sign often build very strong reputations quite early in their careers because of this strong work ethic. The strong work ethic combined with your ambitions will typically allow Capricorns to climb the ladder of success very quickly. Your realistic nature makes you quite capable of making good decisions. One thing you have to watch out for, however, is being too cautious and avoiding risks altogether. Sometimes a small risk is worth taking. This year, you may cross the friendship line and become involved in business with someone you see as a friend. This is not something you steer clear of, but you are very discerning in this way, and so you try to avoid this and rarely mix friendship with business. You know that your standards are so high that many will not live up to your expectations, so you prefer not to join forces in business with friends. When you do, you will feel certain that it can work because friendships is very important to you and you don't want any bad choices to end the bond. There could be a significant change in your career in 2020. It can be a promotion or maybe a lateral move that you were thinking about or for some time. This can also be something totally unexpected. It can be unnerving in the beginning, but once things settle, you will realize that this is a welcome change. You will also get a boost from someone you worked with a long time ago who recommends you highly. This can also be a very good year for you financially because of the choices you make early on the year. So be discerning in financial decisions that you make at the beginning of 2020. Thank you for listening, Capricorn. I wish you a blessed and prosperous year ahead.